the new earth, like you say that, or you told me that you're channeling, basically 24/7. So I could ask you anything. Okay,
Yeah.
so who are you channeling? Are you channeling sort of your own soul, or are you channeling someone else?
Yeah. So what I understand is it comes from my own soul and connection to source. And yeah, I kind of like almost like if I am sharing any other kind of information, it all comes through there. And ever since like I connected to what channeling is, like it's always, as I understood, like I bring it through my own high heart, because I feel like that's quite important.
All right. So what is the new earth? How is that going to look like? And is that going to happen in our lifetime?
Yeah. Like, so I feel that this is something that it exists, like already the blueprints for it exist. And this comes from all of our intention and vision. And it's like a particular tuning, but it's like the signal to that is just not fully there. So it's really up to us, and it doesn't have to be everyone, but just at least some with a really strong focus and connection to that to bring enough of that harmonious version of the world about. It's like it's really the expanded version, and the more harmonically balanced version of now. That's the way that I understand and see the new earth from, when I look in from.
A lot of psychics are talking about that things will get very difficult before they get better, especially 2024, the end of 2024. And we're already seeing that in the world. And now with the tornado in Florida and the two wars and escalating wars in Middle East. Do you have any perspectives on what's coming the next few years?
Yeah, so I think that there are a lot. So people talk about this, and I really agree that it's like kind of like the dark. They don't actually have more power, but they're focused and practiced a lot more than the kind of light side have, because within being light and kind of knowing that you're light, it's like when you're non-physical, you're used to like not having to put in like so much like effort, and things are just easy. And when you're in like that pristine world, that works fine. But what's happening is it's like, you could call it like, the darker side are practicing a lot more and focusing a lot more and having a lot more like confidence and things. So it's like they're louder and they're amplified. So the way I see it is like it's really important to like as soon as possible to really get that focus and power really activated in the physical body, and like really fully just no longer have a foot in two worlds, because that does keep things being where they'll have agendas, and then we just end up on those timelines, whereas it's not really how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like that. We do have this power. It's just dormant and needs more energization and connection. And a lot of it is connecting with each other, because we can kind of protect one another, and we can connect to the elements and all of these things. We have some level of control over these events, although that's not really being tapped into yet in the way that it needs to be. And it will be for New Earth to come about.
So how do we tap into these powers?
Yeah. So something that I find really important and really core is the connection to the sun and the stars, and connecting that into the pineal gland, which is our like inbuilt connection to all of that. And it's to have that personal connection and interaction between yourself, like your own soul, your own being, and physical body, and the sun. And what that does is it energizes, it upgrades, it updates, and it allows you to, if you need something and you need help with something, to be able to access the resources for it, or to get to that more easily. So I think that's really the beginning. And something else as well that I was shown that's really important is to be clearing the heavy metals within the body, which are something present within like pharmaceuticals, foods with like pesticides, and sometimes the environment, the soils. Like sometimes it's just not really, it's kind of unavoidable when you're incarnated here. But that is something which interferes with it's like the electrocircuitry of the body, like the energy, the life force current needs to be able to flow better for all of these capabilities to be accessed properly. And when there are things like heavy metals, it's just not the best conductive like material to be there, and it can interfere with that communication between the cells and all of that. And because it is our natural design to have that power and to have these capabilities, but with these interferences and different things, it does make it harder. So that's kind of like one of my focuses. I really I'm tuning in like all the time to see what more I can do with that. It's something I've also found really helpful for myself, because I had a lot of that just from, because you can kind of inherit it, and just environmentally it's in a lot of things. So yeah, clearing that really helped me to start to have more of my own capabilities and healing abilities and insights, just much more clear and much more able to express. But it's still a work in progress. So
do you believe there are many walk-ins coming in now to sort of do the same as you're doing?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, definitely. I know a couple, and I can sense that there are a lot. And even people who aren't, or maybe don't identify as walk-in, a lot of people are going through like these kind of upgrades within their soul, where they're integrating the same or equivalent kind of consciousness, like on these levels as well. So yeah,
I just thought about belief systems, you know, that's a topic I'm, you know, passionate about, how we see our lives through our beliefs. And the beliefs are created when we're very young. But then I assume you don't have many belief systems. You just came in very purely. Is that how you feel it? Or did you also sort of download all her, like your host, your former host of the body, her belief systems?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I do sometimes feel that when I'm out just in public and things, it becomes quite apparent that I don't have certain belief systems that are kind of just normal to have. But I did download some off, the ones that were here, like the ones that were maybe just very strong and they had a very strong impression on the physical body. But I found like as I work with and kind of meditate on like the physical body and just feeling safe here, like within the body and like on the planet, they tend to clear. But that's still something I'm working through and working on. But I've definitely noticed that they're different, and I definitely don't have some of the ones that are kind of normal to have, or part of like a consensus reality that like most people will kind of take for granted as fact and things.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.